Alright, y'all. So we're back on another video, back on another reaction. So, we've seen the GTA 6 trailer, right? But it seemed like a lot of people have some problems with GTA 6 with the first, maybe two letters and a number. Ban GTA 6. The Tate brothers unleashed their wrath on GTA 6 games for their violence. Now, in my opinion, I think the game is violent, but it's towards an older audience. You know what I mean? Like, matter of fact, let's watch it. Watch it.
Gamers around the world rejoiced when the new trailer for the sixth installment of Grand Theft Auto dropped. However, not everyone was pleased. Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan Tate rocked the internet this week when they made his case against playing Grand Theft Auto 6, or at least against kids doing it. Let's hear what Tristan had to say.
I remember you used to play a little man in a red hat trying to rescue a princess and teaming up with your brother. Now, if rescuing
Mario?
purity from evil while teaming up for your brother isn't a good theme of a video game, then I don't really know what is. I'm not a fan of
Didn't he just drop a Mario game?
anyone under the age of 18, 21 maybe, playing video games where the goal is to shoot police officers. I just don't think that's good for society. With all the amazing
The thing is, GTA has always been like that. GTA has always been like that as long as you had a controller. It's been like that. Plus, the game is aimed towards an older audience anyway, more mature audience. That's what rated M stands for. It's for mature. If you're allowing your 10-year-old, your breastfed 10-year-old to be playing GTA, that's not the game's fault. That's your parenting's fault. That's your parenting skills. If you're allowing your kid to get up and miss school, fake him being sick so he could vanilla unicorn at the police. Whose fault is that? That's not the game fault. That's what everybody's been doing for since forever, since a controller was made for GTA. Grand Theft Auto. You know what I'm saying?
graphics and engines and whatever people put into these video games, I feel like you could
Hey man,
create
don't ruin it for everybody else that's been waiting 10+ years for this moment. Like we waited way too long for this. Don't ruin it for everybody else. Leave that open.
a better objective
Simple.
with the game.
Now, the Tate brothers weren't the only ones to speak out about the new edition of GTA. Commentator Jack.
Why are the Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing this video game for children? See, that's the thing. Quit saying it's for children. If your kid buys this game behind your back, that's not the game's fault. It's your fault. Stop saying for children. Rockstar clearly says it's not for kids. Who said it's for kids? Like, go play Mario, just like the Tate brothers said. Go play Super Mario. What you playing GTA for? That's not the kid's fault.
Jackson Hinkle tweeted, "Why are the Zionists at Rockstar Games releasing this sexualized video game for children in America? Get hashtag ban GTA 6 trending right now."
And of course, so every time one of these games comes out, there's various
Call of Duty is cool though. I'm just saying, but Call of Duty ain't nobody saying nothing bad about no Call of Duty though.
calls from various people to ban it. Sometimes it's actually coming from politicians. I think a year ago there was some Chicago councilman who made some waves for pressing forward with a ban GTA bill of sorts. I thought it was interesting this time for those specific individuals calling for it.
We waited 10, 11, 12 years for this game to come out. You're gonna see this crime rate go down for GTA 6. Bottom 6. It's thugs outside say they not dropping no music, no drill rap, nothing. They eating salads for GTA 6. Don't start saying it's for children. Ain't nobody doing that. That's
I mean, the Tate brothers, I don't know, that have
not our
so
fault.
much
It's not the
of
game's
a
fault.
leg to stand on, being disdainful of like sexualized or graphic material in a video game, given what they were
because
accused
you mean that they're
of.
frequently on camera explaining how genius they are to exploit women to make on-camera sexual content that they can profit off of?
That is
whole
what I had in mind.
Yeah. I feel like I gotta say that Jackson Hinkle referring to the company, the people who are in charge at Rockstar Games, as Zionist, unless they have actually articulated a view on the Israeli-Palestinian conflict, if he's just saying,
Like they was butt naked on camera.
oh, there's some Jewish names,
Like
and so I'm going to
what?
tag them with that,
If they was naked on camera, they would have been rioting.
that is a problem. That is anti-Semitic. Now, if they have demonstrated some support of Zionism, then all is fair in love and war. But it does seem to be weirdly shoehorned into this other argument that he's making.
Yeah.
I mean, this does feel like something that comes up every time these games are released, in part because...
And even when you buy the game at the store, they literally tell you like ID. You Karen's a society, Grand Theft Auto 6. You can't just buy the game unless you have to have an adult or you have to have a form of ID to even buy the game. You can't just take my money and then you know what I'm saying? Like you can't just do that. They literally say this game is rated infamous or do you have an identification so that they know that you are of age and playing a game like this.
I'm wrong.
That's what happened when me when GTA 5 came out.
Not only very realistic, but they are pulled from life. So I have seen people on Instagram doing, or Twitter doing side-by-side comparisons of videos of news reports of wild things happening in Florida, or car chases. It's very much pulled from reality, and that combined with the fact that this is one of those games that doesn't have as clear a drive as Mario, where you're hopping laterally through a screen to save a princess, but some of the fun, as I understand it, is charting your own adventure, hitting hookers with your car, that sort of a thing. I remember being the controversy in years past.
Yeah, it's open world, so it takes place in a fictional Vice City, but it's basically Miami. And it does have a plot. I think the plot of this one is I think actually the protagonist is female and has just been released from prison and trying to get her gang back together or something like that. So there's actually a very kind of elaborate and well scripted plot with very interesting characters. But you can, yes, go off the beaten path, steal people's cars, meet up with prostitutes and gambling and crime and all that sort of thing.
That's been there since the beginning of GTA. I'm just saying.
Random.
That's been there since GTA 3.
You can attack.
I still have to play, by the way, but that's been there for a long time.
And there was this idea. I actually think this idea has almost been successfully beaten out of society. But there was an assumption that participating in violence in video games would make you more violent, or make teenagers violent, or engage in violence. That is a theory that has like no support in social psychology research whatsoever. We don't accept it in the reading violence in books or in textbooks makes people more violent, just makes them more informed. There's this idea that because it's interactive and it's like you're in the mind of the person, you would be able to like mess with your brain or something. Again, that's been basically totally debunked.
Sure. I mean, I do think all that stuff was in this kind of post bipartisan. What I don't even really know what you want to call how he identifies now, but it is interesting to see this kind of pairing here, when historically it was that left-leaning people didn't want to buy into some of this culture war stuff, and also that right-leaning people used to not want the government to interfere in your life and your child rearing, or at least they said that. I mean, they've always been part of the culture war interference pogrom, but this is just another example of how none of this really seems especially political. It's just vibes. If you don't want your kid to be playing this game, which I wouldn't recommend, it's just vibes. But this is just another example of how none of this really seems especially political. It's just vibes. If you don't want your kid to be playing this game, which I wouldn't recommend, don't buy it for them.
What's her name? Brianna Joy Gray. Thank you. That's what I've been saying this whole time. If you don't want your kid playing it, don't buy it for them then. Don't become GTA addicted, not for kids. Why are you buying it for the children? Ain't nobody buying it for no kid anyway. We buying it to experience something we may never experience again before Armageddon happened. We need GTA 6 before Armageddon happened. I'm just saying. But here y'all coming here talking about some, why you buying this why you buying this game for the kids? Ain't nobody doing that. No.
Have make decisions about whose house you want them to stay over and how you want them to play. But it's just
Exactly.
getting really ridiculous. It's a game that, as you say, is clearly marked for more mature audiences. If you
Thank
don't
you.
like it, don't play it.
Well, and
Thank you.
importantly, the legal issue of can the government ban a game like this has been pretty decisively decided by the Supreme Court in 2011. That was the state of California had tried to restrict sales of violent video games to minors, and it went to the Supreme Court. And in a decision authored by Antonin Scalia and joined by, I think, 7 of the justices, 7 of the 9, said that no, the government could not restrict the sale of violent video games to children, just the way it couldn't restrict violent books or anything else, that this is it's a
Exactly.
First Amendment violation. This is
Yes, I'm saying, like, if a book is violent, you can't ban it. It's a book. I'm just
artistic. This
saying.
is freedom of speech. These modern games have story. Everyone can have their views on Scalia, but I've always appreciated him specifically for this decision. As a big fan of video games myself, he, very elderly justice at this point in his life, but very well understood the artistic value of video games and that they're narratively driven and that they've come a long way since just the plumber fighting the dragon monster. In fact, those games have come a long way too. Saying that yes, this is First Amendment, you can't restrict these games. So people can keep saying that I wish the government should do something about it, but they literally can't.
Ban GTA 6 if you want to. You want to hear the song that's going to be playing in the background? Ban GTA 6 if you watch this. Watch. Ban GTA 6 if you want to. Ban GTA 6 if you want to. This all you gonna be hearing in the background. Free our game. Free our game. Free our game. Don't be trying to end our childhood like this. Free our game.
I'm a gorilla in a fucking scoop. Finna pull up to the zoo, nigga. So, nigga, who the fuck is you? I don't know, nigga. No, nigga. Pull up on your
You're gonna be hearing this song with a whole lot of looting, rioting, breaking in your store. Where's GTA 6 at? Ban GTA 6 if you want to. It's gonna be game 8, past game 7. But anyways, I'm going to end that off here. Y'all let me know what y'all think about I'm gonna just call y'all the Karen Society. How do y'all feel about the Karen Society trying to ban GTA 6? You can't ban a violent game. Just like you can't ban a violent book, like he said. If you don't want the kids playing the game, don't buy it for them. Like Gray said, if you don't want your kid buying it, playing it, don't buy it for them. It's that simple. It's aimed for a mature audience anyway. That's why it's rated M for mature, not E for everyone. It ain't made for everybody. We waited too long for this moment anyway. Don't be trying to take away our childhood for this. Cause of y'all mentality. Anyways, I'm gonna end that off here. I'm gonna see you guys in the next video, man.